This is Seasons of Discontent with your hosts Rick Snyder and Matt Combs on the Hogstye Network.
Welcome to Seasons of Discontent, Season 4, Episode 9, brought to you by Rick Snyder's Washington on YouTube and all social media. I'm Rick Snyder.
And I'm Matt.
And we're back discussing all things Washington sports and life as part of the mighty Hogstye Network on audio, and YouTube has the video, as you see. All right, Matt, I actually went to rookie camp. It was the first time I had been on any ball field in 17 months.
Wow.
That is the longest stretch I have gone without being on ball field since 1969.
And you've had a major heart attack in that time period too.
Yeah, I only missed a few weeks off that one.
That's crazy.
You know, but I sat there and thought, wow, it's been 50 years. I mean, I started playing ball myself in 1970.
Right.
So for the mighty Whitehall Baptist Slugger. So, you know, it just felt, it was like, wow, I'm back. And that day we had to wear masks, but the next day the NFL said you don't have to do it anymore. And Washington had 2 days of rookie practice, 16 guys was all they had. They didn't even have a quarterback eligible. And so they had to go get one.
I thought Steven Montez played.
No, it turns out he was a game over. They didn't like 2 days before camp. And they're like, oh, crap, we have nobody to throw the ball.
Wow.
So the guy, you know, and the guy was Taylor Heineke, started over Heineke, the St. Louis something birds, you know, in the AFL. So the guy that started over Heineke.
Oh, wow.
Threw an okay ball. I mean, you know, they didn't have to throw much. It basically, the first day is, both practices were about an hour. And it was sort of like just to learn, as we would used to call the Redskin way, or the Washington football team way, whatever the hell it is now. You know, get on a practice field, see how the stretching routine works, see how the basic drills, the coaches are getting to know. I mean, there's one quarterback, there's one running back, you know,
right.
That are a little weird like that. But I saw a few things, and I tell people, I've been a reporter for 43 years, so I look for things that the new guys don't really know yet. Number one, stretching. You're thinking, who cares? But what I'm watching is I'm looking at that first and second round picks. Are you into this, or are you hanging back? Have you been spoiled sitting in college and not really putting in the effort? Well, I'll say this, the second round pick, Sam Cosmi, he was a damn near leading the drills. This dude came in prepared and ready to go.
That's what I want to hear.
That's how winning's made. You know, the first rounder, I couldn't get a really good look at Jamin Davis to tell you much on that one, but I could see Cosmi was ready to go. And most of them were, you know, that's because if you're dogging it right away, and I have seen first round picks dog it, that's a bad look. And it tells you something.
Yeah.
So little stuff like that is what you're looking for. But I did see some guys that I kind of liked. And just little things. And I don't know how much they'll help the team any. I gotta go down my list because it's just crazy. All right. They had one running back, Jared Patterson.
Yep. I heard good things coming out of the camp about him.
You know, the really good thing about him was I watched him do the little things. So again, they had a sideline pass. He had to grab it and stick his feet on before he got over the line. All right. He made a regular season play on that one instead of the first day of rookie camp when no one cares. That shows you how winning's done. I like that a lot about him. Little guy, I think they list him at 5'9". Yeah, standing on a cinder block. I mean, this dude's small. He looks solid, but he's small.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of admit it, but yeah, I'm 5'10". I'm over this guy. So I thought that was interesting how he worked hard like that. He came in more polished than I would have guessed. Another guy I really liked, the tight end, John Bates.
Yeah.
Draft pick. This kid looks like a baller. I mean, I just watching him run, but I do this. I've done this for so long. I'm not a scout, but I'm not a fool.
Right.
And I can see guys and I can see athleticism. And Bates just showed me, he looked like a baller. He looked like a really strong guy, good speed, looking at the field right. And I thought, this dude's going to crack back block you really good. So I liked him a lot. And then the Samus Reyes guy, who, if you didn't know this was some basketball player trying over football, you wouldn't have noticed. He reminded me a lot of Bates. They're both huge.
Yeah.
I mean, one of these rookies three were 6'7" and one was 6'6". I thought, damn, these dudes are big.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't notice this when you're in the stands or watching on TV. But I'm telling you, stand next to them, you really go, oh my God, are these guys big?
Yeah.
I like him.
Your buddy Chris Russell put out a couple of videos of Reyes and Bates playing, practicing over with the tight ends coach. And then, one of the things that really impressed me that, Reyes is kind of taking this more serious than you would think. For 40 minutes after practice, he was on the field with the jugs machine taking balls. This is a guy that, knows he has a huge mountain to climb to make this team. Look, aside from Logan, there's a lot of guys in that tight end room, but, nobody has really solidified that number 2 position. Now, you would think Bates being a 4th round draft pick, he's probably going to be in the mix, but, that's a position where it's pretty much open to make the team. Another thing, like with Patterson, running back room, there's a lot of guys in that running back room. Yeah. You gotta go out there and make a claim that you deserve to be on this team. And, we saw last year with Peyton Barber, sure, he was your short line goal to go type guy, but there's always an improvement there. You're obviously going to roll with McKissick as your starter, and then who all follows behind him, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously Gibson is involved in that. We know Curtis Samuel played a little bit of running back in college, and you have a guy like Damani Brown who, he's fast as lightning. You could try an option play with him in the backfield, but there's a lot of room for, battles on this team. Nobody's really solidified except for probably on the defensive side of the ball. And they've made some extra moves recently. They got Lucas for the left tackle. They brought in what's his name, McCain, who played for the Dolphins. He's a safety. They're looking for anybody to fill these holes and to make improvements everywhere. They're not. And it was funny, Rick. I was talking with some guys on Twitter about this the other night. This year, it just feels different. It feels like there is so much. If everything goes right, there's so much upside to this team that we've never really had.
Yeah, it's true. It's just probably. I mean, they've won divisions before, but they were always the roller coaster, up one year and then down again.
Yeah.
They won the division. I think there'll be a better record this year.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, but there. Another guy I saw make a play, just making a play, was Jamin Davis, and they were on a far field doing drills. So there wasn't any 11 on 11 or 7 on 7s. There's nothing. He just makes this drill where you have to change direction with your body instantly. And he did it so effortlessly, gliding across. Yeah. I was like, wow, there's athletic skills. And that's when you have to change direction on a field. That comes into play. And, man, he did it like that. And I was like, woo, okay, I see what you like there.
Yeah, I saw that video too. Russell posted that video as well, where it was effortless. Like you said, he was very smooth, and he's so long. Like, those arms are so long. That dude, that might be, look, a lot of people said that we might have overdrafted him at 19, but man, that, hey, if he works out to be a Pro Bowler, I mean, hey, and they take that defense even farther than what they were last year. I mean, come on, that's overstretch or not, or overreach or not. I don't care if the kid's coming in and making plays. And that's a Rivera type guy, to be honest with you. The military parents and the respect and the he's going to take every part of this serious. Those are the type of guys that Rivera likes. And like I said, I have a different feeling about this team. And I know we did our picks last week, and I picked them like 11-6. Do they get to 11-6? I don't know. If everything falls in line, sure, why not? But there is just so much positivity, I feel like, with this roster. And, look, I know Fitz is a 1-year stopgap, but if like a Heineke, progresses, or somehow they end up with like a Matt Ryan next year who can play for 3, 4, 5 more years, this team might be pretty scary in the next couple seasons.
Yeah, there's still a bit of way. One guy I saw I did particularly love was Diona Brown.
Diami.
He I don't know if he has the great hands. That's something he's going to have to work on.
Yeah.
He has some speed. The drills I had did not allow me to see what he can really do. So I have to just kind of brace for that, but I was sort of like watching him not catch balls and thinking, So I don't know. I thought for a first step, and that's all it was meant to be, was just get ready to get ready for next camps, which will be coming up in another week.
Yeah, I mean, isn't this realistically just an introduction to your coaches, introduction to your building, getting the kids' bearings? I'm sure all of them are going to be looking for places around Ashburn to rent, and they're just kind of getting a feel for the area and a feel for where the practice facility is, and just getting accustomed to life in the NFL.
Yeah, basically imagine you transferred schools at your first day. That's
Okay.
kind of
what I figured.
You're finding your locker and getting your gear.
Right.
And go out on the field and run around, just let them get a glimpse. I mean, I saw some glimpses of guys, so did coaches. So
yeah,
it's nice because the vets will be there for the next one, I guess. And so you don't get quite the individual attention. So it's a great thing for guys like Patterson to make that impression on the coach when they're the only ones there. Because when the coach says your name early, you stay in their head. So like that. I wasn't around Saturday. Norv Turner did come back, see his boy as a offensive coordinator, and Ron actually coached under him way out west. So it was interesting that Norv came back. I think it's probably his first time at the park since he left.
Was it Norv Ron's OC in Carolina?
Yeah, he was.
Okay,
then,
yeah. So there's a connection, of course, with Marty Herney and all them guys, and of course Martin Mayhew.
It's a small world because Rivera worked for Norv out west at one time too. So they all know each other. It's a small world.
I mean, it's all
it's really become a family business in so many ways. So many young guys are following their parents into this.
And I didn't know this, but Rivera's son is on the staff.
Yeah. If you just want to be a coach and you want to try and get an NFL job, good luck.
Yeah.
You just can't get in.
Right.
Because the little crappy entrance level things or somebody's son or nephew or whatever, man. It's hard to get into the NFL now as a coach.
Well, yeah, and Washington announced that Bobby Beathard's son is now a scout, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. Now Bobby's son's near my age.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hell, Bobby's grandson is playing quarterback for San Francisco. I mean,
But I mean, this is the best things look going into a season in a way since the early days of Gibbs Beathard. That you had two people running the shows up there. You had a whole good team. Now, and Gibbs and Beathard became Hall of Famers. I'm not saying Rivera and these other guys are going to do it, Mayhew and all, but it's the best it's looked. I mean, maybe you could say for a moment Marty Schottenheimer, but that'd be about when he didn't have so much of a counterpart. He had Vinny Serrato. So, and then he fired Vinny. So they didn't have much there. We got much time left here, I think. So short. I did want Preakness. At the 8th bowl, I thought, I got it right. I got Midnight Bourbon. He's put away the Derby winner. I got this one down. And then suddenly this freight train runs by named Ron Bauer, who's done a damn thing in 6 career races. And that's what always scares you in these races. Like, is somebody going to jump off the page that you have no business seeing? And he wins. And I'm like, I thought I had it won. But hey, it was a legit win. So maybe he's on rocket fuel now. I don't know. But
no, we'll have a different winner for the Belmont.
Yeah, we are. I'm sure we are. I mean, the Derby winner is not going to go there. Midnight Bourbon's not going to go.
No.
So here are pigs again. Just 3 different winners, and none of them are that particularly impressive. I mean, the pre winner was a horse they couldn't even give away as a yearling. Kept him and said, "Screw it, run him," and he done nothing. I hate when that happens. All right, so Matt and I are going on vacation. At least I
Rick is. I'm not. I'm going to work.
I haven't been on vacation in 2 years, so haven't done a lot of work in 2 years either, but whatever. So we're going to take off and be back after Memorial Day. So you can still look at Rick Snyder's Washington on YouTube, and I got daily stuff going on all the time. Pizza tours are getting close. When we come back, I'll talk about it.
There you go. That's it.
All right, I'm Rick Snyder.
And I'm Matt.
See you soon.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Seasons of Discontent on the Hogstye Network.